Welcome back to Gamecocks at the Movies, folks. I'm Margo.
And I'm George. And today we're going to be talking Star Wars The Force Awakens.
What movie is it?
This is Star Wars The Force Awakens, the 7th movie. I tried to combine the two, but believe it or not, this is the 7th movie. The last movie came out, I think, 2006, and that was the...
I was too small to remember.
Yeah, no, it was, I can't even remember the name of the movie, because the prequels were really forgettable, but this movie was not forgettable. Great transition.
Yes.
So I guess first of all, did we like the movie?
I loved the movie.
Yeah, I thought the movie was awesome.
It did a great job at being an homage to the original movie. J.J. Abrams definitely tied in as much as he could, but I honestly still liked that. I really thought it was a good movie to stand alone on its own as the 7th movie.
Yeah, and a lot of people really bashed the movie for like, oh, it seemed a lot like Episode 4 was the same plot when they need to like blow up the Death Star. But you know, people were also complaining about the prequels, how they weren't a lot like the original trilogy. And this was, even though it could stand on its own and it kind of reminded me a lot of Episode 4, it was still a really, really good movie.
Yeah, you just can't please everyone. The fake nerds are going to find something to complain about. You just have to enjoy it for being a good movie.
Mm-hmm. It was just a fun movie. I saw it twice. The first time, for some reason, it seemed to drag on for me, but the second time went by real quick. I enjoyed it a lot.
I loved it. I laughed. I cried. We rarely get to see in the Star Wars trilogies, especially. We've never seen such a humanized bad guy, you know. We never saw Boba Fett's face. Jabba the Hutt was horrifying, and, Darth Vader was a shell of what he used to be. And so they were very, you could detach yourself from these bad qualities. But Kylo is so humanistic that, his bad qualities, you can't escape them as a person, and he portrays them so well in that movie.
Because you kind of almost feel for the guy, and you want to be on his side, but at the same time, that there's other characters in the movies that all right, no, these are the good guys, so I gotta root for them.
It's like, why are you doing this? You want him to do the right thing, and then it's like, but you went and did that instead.
So you're out of my life. You're written off. I love the introduction of Rey when it was her sitting on Jakku is always a different pronunciation the entire movie, but she's sitting there and she's like, she puts on the helmet of like one of the rebel pilots, and she's just chilling there, and with that you get a nice characterization of her character of she just wants to be a good guy, but she never really had the tools to become this, I guess, rebel or this hero. Mm-hmm. And now in the movie, we see Rey's transformation into this kind of rogue-like figure. Yeah,
from running away and wanting to go back to Jakku where her family's supposed to pick her up, to becoming so independent and, finding a new life with the rebels. That just, her character is so deep and diverse, and she just has so much dimension as a character and as an actor. She's so well written, and you rarely get that in films.
And a lot of people were complaining about her character as her being too powerful or too strong, and I kind of see where they're coming from, but at the same time, if you take Bruce Willis from all the Die Hard movies, he could get out of any situation without any explanation of how he could get out of those situations. And so I think it's just people people kind of wanting to find flaws in characters that really weren't there.
Yeah.
And Rey was just a fantastic character. It was fantastic to watch her grow on screen, especially that lightsaber duel at the end of the movie.
Oh my God. Choreography, A+. Special effects, A+. Acting, A+ for that one scene. I could just take that one scene and watch it over and over again, forget the rest of the movie. Also, the soundtrack was just really good. It paid the right amount of homage while, creating these themes for these characters that are going to carry through the next two movies, and it was just so good. And it was so well designed, and I just loved the music, and I was just so excited for that. When you hear the original theme, and you see the sliding text, you're just like, oh my gosh, it's finally here.
And it was just, there's nothing really, sure, you can critique a movie all you want, you can find nitpicks for anything, but this movie, genuinely, I enjoyed it thinking about it even after the movie was over. And I was yesterday I was like, all right, well, what are we going to talk about in this review? I was just like, well, nothing's going to be negative.
Yeah,
I love the movie.
I couldn't say a negative thing about Star Wars. It's so well, it does such a good job paying homage to the original trilogy, but also building itself up for our generation, because The older movies, I mean, I was in 6th grade when the last movie came out, and at that point my parents weren't going to take me to see that movie. So, you know, being able to watch these and live what my parents thought was the best CGI at the time, and then getting to see how technology has changed for the CGI of like the lightsabers and the backgrounds, and everything in the movie just coming together and being done so beautifully for our generation. You know, I'm just really excited to see what we get to experience as new and for the first time with this series.
I can't wait till the 9th movie comes out and then I can buy all of them on a big box set and one day show my kids the Star Wars all 9 episodes.
All 9. Plus Rogue One. I'm really excited for Rogue One.
Rogue One looks very good.
Yes. Be sure to catch Star Wars in Russell House Theater April 15th. Until next time, I'm Margo.
And I'm George.
This has been Gamecocks at the Movies with Talk of the Town.